Just go ahead. Oh, it's doing it.
We're live. Let's do this. All right.
Tac Ops. Welcome back to Tac Ops. Just Eric and I today. And for our sponsor, we wanted to sponsor ourselves.
We're all on us. No sponsors today.
So we have our Patreon. That's how we make our money.
Sorry if we're not so polished. We've never actually done this before, but this is how we're going to do this. So, so we have our Patreon. It's nothing fancy. Just kind of polished it off the military. But sponsorships are getting thin nowadays. With
everything going on, it can be difficult at times.
The coronavirus is kind of floating around and everything.
And same thing with all you guys too. So, if you're in a situation you can do it, that would be a major help. If not, we understand. We still want to have the show for free. Otherwise, just Patreon/Tac Ops.
Yeah, definitely.
URL.
And we need to hedge our bets, right? We can't just base it on YouTube ads because obviously that ain't going to get you anywhere, especially monetization. If we just curse a few times, we just lost everything, especially with the military. If you do anything with the military,
you got to be real careful.
Oh, my God. So we were talking the other day about, like, when you show a missile, like, what can you actually show? You can't show the missile strike, but it's really cool if you show it launch.
Right.
You can't show the bad side of it. You can show the cool technical military side of it, right?
Yeah, I have that struggle all the time with my channel.
Yeah, so we had to be really careful. We kind of hedge our bets and just kind of base it off of our patrons. I mean, we've been in this game for a long time, and the patrons they seem to be the best way to go because those are the true fans. Those are the true people who try to get in and help from the ground level and really create the foundation of whatever that project is. And for us, Tac Ops and Cobra Cabal's YouTube channel and just everything that we work on is all based on that foundation. And we don't want to sit here and try to beg for money or anything, but when we have that monetary income, we get to do big things like fly to other places and go see new things and meet new people and do those great things that really set us above and beyond.
And if you want to talk about that too, maybe we can mention what our plan is for the studio.
Yeah, so we're actually moving into a new studio. We are going to try to
have our own dedicated space too, where we can set up the microphones permanently, not have to keep moving them around, and the audio being a little bit different each time. And then you got to play with all the settings and stuff, and sometimes a guest is too quiet or we're too quiet. It's a lot to do. So once we have a permanent space, we'll be able to have all the settings set the settings. But we'll have them all set the right way. And hopefully we won't have the problems. I was listening through some of the old ones while I upload them to the podcasting sites, and I know the volumes are difficult to deal with. There's only so much you can really do, unless you have to go in there and change the volume for each time somebody talked, which would take hours and hours and hours. But
right, and and one of the great things about this show particularly, and if we have the patrons, is we have no sponsors to worry about, so we can just kind of freelance, and maybe there's some dead air where we're just hanging out. We gotta go make a drink or whatever, but that's just what we're gonna do. This podcast, we're just gonna hang out and talk about some military stuff, some of the things we just enjoy, some of the things we want to talk about. And they're actually doing the Crew 2 Dragon departure, so they're trying to bring the Dragon crew back. So maybe we'll just kind of hang out and have a few drinks and just bullshit while they land.
Yeah, it's less than an hour.
Yeah, so
about 50 minutes from now, they have it scheduled to depart the ISS. I don't know how long it's going to take up to land, though. They might be in orbit for a couple orbits around until they get lined up in the right position to then
so
them.
Me and Ren have been real big in watching the launches since SpaceX started showing them on YouTube Live.
Oh yeah.
And so we watched the first stage 1 re-entry. We watched that double stage 1 re-entry. We've been big fans of SpaceX, and we've never seen a re-entry in general. Like, I have no idea what it takes. I have no idea.
They don't broadcast that normally.
No, not necessarily. Not since...
None of them are manned until now. This
right.
is the first manned one.
Yeah, the big ones you ever saw were just the old ones where they were just coming back from the moon and stuff. Other than that, it's never really that dramatic. Nobody really cares. And they had the shuttle for a long time. There's no shuttle now, right? So now they gotta just land.
It would be cool to see, because SpaceX has always been really, really good about making space exciting again, right? No one cared about a shuttle launch toward the end of it. No one really bothered. It just was a thing that happened all the time. No one really cared about a Delta Heavy launch or whatever. SpaceX really was able to capitalize on it and really make it exciting.
Right.
And it's crazy how many views they get on this stuff, too. They're doing something right. They got a good marketing team there.
Yeah, and it was funny watching the first few YouTube lives. Like, it was just like us in the beginning, and still now we're still kind of amateur in my opinion. When we move into this new studio, we're really going to try to level up and kind of work all these bugs out. But it's like they couldn't transition just video. There was the girl was super nervous, and you could really tell that she was really nervous. And
you remember our first episode?
She's kind of shaking.
Who do we have on the first one? It was Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Talk about submarine movies.
Yep, talking about submarine movies. That was our first podcast,
and we did that. He was in Minnesota.
Yeah,
you were here in Texas. I was in New York.
Yeah, that was our. Yeah, we've done over 50 now. 50 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We could have our own YouTube live channel that'll rotate for 48 hours. I think at this point. I think we've got that much content.
Just play it on loop.
Yeah, because we do 2 hours an episode. We got 50 hours, so we got a good week almost. We just play it on YouTube over and over.
Good.
Just my voice.
I wonder how that works. You could probably upload them to the Streamlabs here and have them repeat themselves.
Yeah, as long as Streamlabs don't crash like it does normally. Freaking Streamlabs.
Yeah, we're going to harden our new studio against the Russians so they won't be able to get us there.
Yes, and or Chinese and or North Koreans and or... We have no enemies.
The aliens.
Yes,
the ancient aliens.
I was online today and there's a new term, the UFAs.
Oh yeah, they keep changing it. I don't know what it is. What does that stand for?
Oh god, I don't know. I feel so stupid now that I called it out and I don't even know what it was. Unidentified
flying helicopters.
Yes.
I don't know.
But they have politically correct names now. I have to look it up here.
Yeah, I wonder if they changed just because of the bad rap UFO has got, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Because UFO, all it meant was you don't know what that is. Doesn't mean aliens, right?
Right.
Doesn't mean it's an alien spacecraft flying around. Just means you don't know what it is.
Right.
It might be an airplane. Probably is an airplane or a bird or something. But at the time you don't know what it is, so it's a UFO. Right. But now everyone thinks it means aliens, so then therefore they got to change the name to something more. I don't know, politically correct or something.
Politically correct, yeah.
Speaking of that, did you still want to bring up the History Channel?
Yeah. Do I have it pulled up?
You're never going to be able to find it.
You're going to call me out now.
I know, I was trying to look at here before we started doing
that.
So
normally when
you can open a new tab. Can you do it?
Yeah, I'll just pull it up.
So the History Channel, it's a pretty cool thing to do, and I don't know if it has anything to do with all the shutdowns and the pandemic and everything, but they are uploading all their old... Right here.
There it is.
All their old stuff onto YouTube. Entire episodes, everything. I've been watching through the old Modern Marvel stuff.
Yeah, it'll actually tell you full episode.
Mm-hmm.
Go to videos real quick. Yeah, so it'll actually tell you full episode of Dynamite.
Did you used to watch Modern Marvels growing up?
Oh man, yeah, of course. Look at that SR-71 right there. Look at that.
Yeah,
Strategic Air Command. Here, it may start playing some stuff.
U.S. bombers and missiles.
Oh man, that voice!
America's
I love it. Man, this is what I used to love watching.
I used to go over to my girlfriend's
the Strategic Air Command on Modern Marvels.
I'll say your last name, but I used to go over there and I would watch Modern Marvel. She thought I was such a loser, but she would sit there and watch the whole thing with me.
Oh, man.
Nowadays, we didn't have phones back then, but she probably would have been on Instagram or whatever the whole time. But.
Well, we'd be in the boat and we'd watch it, because we didn't have anything else to do. We'd be on duty and we had free cable and, all that stuff. And so we would just watch whatever they played. And the History Channel would play that just Modern Marvels just played all day, every day for a long time.
That and like World War II documentaries. And
oh, man, yeah. Now it's they really dived into like reality TV and all that bullshit. But yeah.
There is no history, no legitimate history on the History Channel anymore. It's all ancient aliens and all that stuff. I think that's really when they went downhill.
Yeah, everybody's got to have their own ghost TV show. Oh my God, do you see that thing over there in the corner? Oh my God. Oh Jesus, okay. Bring in the infrared. Do you see that? Oh my God, no, that was a cat. Sorry. Oh Jesus. Oh God.
I'm really scared.
Yeah, that was one of the things I really thought and that I enjoyed about bringing you on as like a partner in what we do in this is that you've actually created stuff that is confusing to people or could confuse people. I'm not going to like say specifically what you've done. I don't know if you ever want to talk about it or anything, but
what have I done?
Talking about like you made the UFO video.
Oh yeah. So that's something I used to do in college. I used to make fake UFO videos and upload them to YouTube or fool my friends and stuff. And that was a test to see how good I could make them, right? If it looked believable enough and they couldn't just tell instantly, oh, that's just a visual effect.
Or
that's just a Photoshop thing.
Or you showed me about the you walking back and forth out in front of that guy's house.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Okay. But yeah, just like real simple
prank,
shit.
Like prank, but not prank. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how quickly people buy into. Oh my God! Yes, look at this. This is crazy. Like I can't believe I'm watching this right now.
And then they all gather up in the comments and they go deeper into it. Yeah, that one was good. That one had like 150. The one that we're not going to talk about, it had like 150,000 views on it.
Right.
And it was just I made a fake YouTube account and uploaded it to it and got 150,000 views real quick. But also speaking of our own sponsorship here with Patreon, you want to talk about the Torpedo for sale?
Hold on one second. So one of the things that I feel we're just kind of free flowing too is we're kind of testing all this stuff. One of the things that has consistently failed us is the YouTube chat.
Oh yeah.
Like right now,
about halfway through it just stops.
We're not even 12 minutes into it and I can't see anything on the chat right
Maybe
now.
They all just don't care about us. Everyone's like, this is boring.
I hope so.
Oh no, there are people responding. I just pulled it up on my phone.
Yeah, see, on the actual post, I can't see anything.
On the dashboard, yeah, for YouTube.
Okay. Well, now I feel dumb because we may be missing stuff.
Yeah, we are. Oh, we are. Oh, DC gave us some money. Nice.
Look at that.
Russia now blocking us 400 components going to China. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
UAP. There it is. Damn it.
UAP.
See, this is why we need the chat. This is what pisses me off about YouTube is I don't know why it just crashes. Like here, I wish I could.
Maybe pull it up on your phone too.
Can you take a photo? I don't know if you can like take a photo of what we see, but there's nothing. It's just me talking to myself on the damn chat. Irritating.
Oh well.
We're getting shut down. I'm telling you, every single episode. I know. I've said this every time, but every episode,
something bad happens.
Always something bad that happens. And one of the things we are really trying to do with this new studio is get rid of all that shit. We are trying to minimize this as much as possible. We are going to do everything in our fucking power to make this work on our end.
Yeah. Because when I was working on the most recent one, the last guest we had, was it Riley? No, not Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
Riley, yeah, it was Riley. I noticed how bad the audio was, and I was telling you, I'm like, I can't believe anyone listens to this.
Yeah.
We have so many problems, like this stuff. I know how to do all the video stuff. I'm really good at video. I can make different visual effects. I can do all that stuff. I can edit stuff. I know nothing about audio.
Right.
It just doesn't compute for me.
Yeah, we're not like sound people. You know what I mean? Like Greg's big video guy on YouTube, has done a lot of video editing, a lot of research, all that stuff. The audio is just him talking into a mic, really. Yeah. And then for us, it's just us talking to a mic, and we just look to make sure the thing doesn't hit the red and hopefully doesn't look halfway down the green, or whatever that shit is. We're learning, and Oh God, it's just so. Oh my God. It's so painful.
If anyone knows much about this stuff, we have to figure out all this stuff because, other people get it figured out. It's difficult, though, because we have guests, and a lot of the guests, they don't have a professional setup, right? They don't do podcasts. They don't do much interviews. They have all different settings, and they have all different... And then you have to play with all that and accommodate whatever they have.
And a lot of time, it's like, hey, look, you want to be on our podcast? And they're like, yeah, sure, I have a phone. Like, oh, God, okay. I don't think that's going to work. Do you have a laptop? Yeah, I got a laptop with a mic. Okay, so they're literally doing the podcast just like it would be a Zoom call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's another reason we want to have...
Just a built-in microphone into the thing, yeah.
Right, that's another reason we want to have this dedicated studio so that if we have a guest that maybe is in town, we can say, hey, look, come hang out in our dedicated studio that's ready for this, and you're not just like in a hotel room talking on a laptop. We can actually put you in a professional environment that makes you sound nice. We're going to have multiple mics. We're working on a blue mic. You know what I mean? Like we're amateurs. I hate to say it, but that's what we're doing. Just me and Greg sitting here fucking talking to this fuzzy head thing, And
we need a dedicated Jamie. That's true. That would be nice.
That's kind of what that's 3/4 of what I do, I feel, during a lot of the podcast now, because it's at my place.
Yeah.
Is I have to produce it because it's on my computer. It's with my equipment and stuff, and Greg just kind of brings over. He brings a lot of the ideas, and we do that. And a lot of my time is just spent.
Yeah,
I'm just
sit
the
back
MC
and drink and have fun. And you're sitting there trying to add stuff to the conversation. Meanwhile, dealing with. I mean, you can't see it here, but he's got like 15 tabs open. He's got the Streamlabs open, the YouTube live. Let's probably go down. You're gonna reveal all your thumbnails.
All my thumbnails, but you guys can see I got like 17.
So that's just for this episode that we really have nothing planned on. Normally he'll have all the different stuff up of if we have an author on, his books, his website, different topics that we're going to talk about. Yeah, it's a lot to have to balance just between us, especially while you're doing, you're talking too. It's not like that's just your job.
And that's why I try to lay this out where I just go left to right, and it's just me. Oh, commando store, and then blah, 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 and then blah, 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 and we're just going to talk about this, and I just kind of work my way through it.
We could do that now, make it real easy on you. Just close this one, whatever comes up next we'll talk about. How about that?
Well, the thing is that on the YouTube channel, they want me to reference the links. So if I bring all this stuff up and I just close it, I don't know what the links are that we were looking at, and I want to be able to cite all the stuff that we talked about if I can. It takes it takes me about an hour to do, so I don't do it every show, but every show that I can, I will literally keep this up, and I will just copy every link, put it in the description so that everybody can just link and see what we.
Yeah, but if we're showing it, at least they should be able to just Google it. Like, pull up the next tab you have. Let's see what we got. Nuclear something. Oh, right. There you go.
The problem, but see that the problem is I block the link with the Tac Ops thing.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just clean this up.
Nuclear war simulator.
Maybe I'll make our own.
Yeah, I haven't stepping off.
I can make our own. Maybe our own like dedicated browser that will show all this, so I don't necessarily have to show this, but it's nice to have the Tac Ops logo. Maybe I can just kind of move it down to the bottom.
You can probably, if you wanna hide your bookmarks and stuff, so people don't want you don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that either.
Save Instagram photos. What do you got up there?
Yeah, this is just to help me fucking sort through.
Translate Russian to English.
Yeah, the stupid shall be punished. I mean, this is a great.
What is it?
Probably the best
World of Submarines.
The best old school submarine website ever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's everything. And this is where this link specifically is. I don't know if I've ever told you guys about this, but the second captain that I had was relieved of command because we had multiple ELTs forging his signature on reactor water testing.
That's a good thing to forge.
Yeah.
Out of all the stuff you could forge, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the actual old. It's an old webpage called "The Stupid Shall Be Punished," and it was just a bunch of submariners that were just blogging. Basically, it was the original before Facebook place that everything really got together. It's now died off. It hasn't been used since, I think, 2004 or 2000, something like that. It's been a while, or 2014, sorry. Yeah, so my captain got relieved because, reactors, the primary water system, right? So when you have a reactor, you have the main coolant system, you have a secondary system, and then you have like the seawater that kind of cools that, right? Mm-hmm. So the primary system, the secondary system have to be tested to make sure that there's basically not radiation, there's not uranium leaking into the seawater, right? And just kind of bypassing, and the systems are sealed, right? So during these tests, and there were, obviously there's way more to it than just that, but they were testing the water in the system. And when they were testing the water, they were supposed to test the water, and every morning they would bring it to the captain, and the captain would, wake up, he would do his morning shit, look at the water tests, sign off, say the water's good, and then would go to, I guess, naval reactors, and then they would just log it and say the reactor's good that day. So, because our fucking captain was such a fucking dick, I mean, he was a dick. So, I don't know if I ever told that story either, but he called us a bunch of faggots because we like curly fries. I think I've told that story. I think
you did, yeah. And I think I got worried about YouTube demonetizing because you said that word, yeah.
But that's, and that's what it was crazy. And this was the first time I ever saw the guy. He walked into crew's mess and goes, "Are you guys serving curly fries? You guys are a bunch of faggots." I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, right? So, he was an enormous dick to the crew, and he was such a piece of shit to the guys back aft, the nukes, because the nukes, they're the guys, if you're a captain, they're the guys that are going to make and break you really easy. They're just, you sign off on the wrong thing, you make the wrong signature, you do the wrong tests, the reactor compartment is what's going to make or break you as a captain, right? And so, obviously, it's beyond like running into a mountain or hitting a buoy or some shit, right? So, they hated him so much that what, from my understanding, was they were actually bringing the test to him, and he was like, "Fuck off! I'm trying to sleep. Get the fuck away from me." And so they would go back, and they would go back on watch or whatever they would do, and they were doing their thing. And they got to the point and they were like, "Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck him. Like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. Like, I'm not going to deal with this motherfucker." And they just signed it off. Stupidly. That is a stupid-ass thing to do. I'm not saying that you should do that. If you are an ELT right now, don't ever fucking do that. It's a dumbass thing to do. But that's what they did, like fucking rebels. And they got caught. and for whatever reason, our captain did not catch it. He didn't say anything about how he didn't sign off on these things for a long time, which he should have. Yeah. He should have been like, "I don't give a fuck if you hate me or not. You're going to bring this shit to me every day." But he didn't. And they forged his signature. And they all got caught. So naval reactors came down there like, "What the fuck? These tests are bullshit. None of this makes any sense. The signatures they're not even near your signature. What is going on?" And so we went on a shutdown. They shut us down. They fucking locked us into the port. They were like, "You can't start the reactor. Shut everything down. We're done." And so for a while, we went through this point where, we have to do this full investigation. So we went through this full investigation. We had everybody on the ship was investigated by multiple people. I had NCIS. I had the FBI. I had multiple people interview me specifically because I was an A-ganger and we dealt kind of with that side. And so after all that shit went down, they were like, "Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to relieve the captain of command. He's done. Out of here." And then they actually kept all the ELTs in the Navy. They just disqualified in submarines. So they actually sent them to... They were still nuke qualified, believe it or not, and went to the surface and did the same thing. Still doing the same thing, just on a surface ship. Because everybody knew that it was bullshit. Everybody knew that this guy was a fucking asshole. And everybody on the entire pier knew that this guy was a piece of shit to us. And and it turned into what we call a hellboat, where it's not worth it. Almost, you know, you're just in a rough time. The short times that you have that are fun suck. So, you know. But anyways.
That's what this article's about then?
Yeah, I guess that's just what these links are.
What about isolation? Or do you want to...
Isolation?
Oh, that's not isolation. I can't read.
No. This is my kids'
It's
school stuff. That's why I try not to, like, flash this stuff, because it's just, like, random stuff that I need.
I just added a whole bunch of letters in between.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool. But anyways. But yeah, so, you know, it's like what we're trying to do with the studio. We're going to get everything cleaned up, make it easy, make it short to the point where we have maybe a PC dedicated to this. We'll have multiple screens. You know, I'm working on just two random screens that we have. It's going to be man, I can't fucking wait, man. We're going to have such a good time, man.
It's going to be sooner than I thought, too. It all depends on a few things have to work out. Somebody asked what city. Should we say what city? Fort Worth.
Yeah, we'll be in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Dallas-Fort Worth.
Down in the Metroplex. We'll be floating around. All you crazy motherfuckers can geosat us, I'm sure. You fucking track.
We just can't show the window, because if you can see out the window, then you can maybe see a tree, and then you're gonna look on Google Earth and be like, that's the same tree.
Yeah, we're talking about the whole entire OSINT community is like, no, you can't tell where we're at. Oh no, trust me, we can tell where you're at.
We'll try I don't think we're that important. Anyone will actually do it, but it is possible. Though.
Nah, you never know. But
anyway, we didn't talk about it. The Torpedo. Torpedo for sale. Yeah. Oh, you still have to find it?
No, I have it up. Oh, no, I guess I didn't. Yeah. I have a picture of it. I was actually looking for the YouTube. There's a local...
Sanford?
The local Sanford...
Where's Sanford?
Maine.
Oh.
Yeah, way up there.
We'd have to rent,
Yeah, but... So I came across this randomly. I don't know. This was in 2017 that this was actually put up for sale. You can see the date right here. But somebody was trying to sell a torpedo shape, and I was like, we should go buy this. Let's go fucking up there. Let's go buy this torpedo, man. And then I found out if you actually look at the back, you can tell by the shape of the prop. It's just a shape. There's nothing in it. It's literally just a tube.
Just like a dummy thing or a practice, whatever. Just a paperweight.
Yeah, it's literally just a paperweight. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to get me some kind of like Mark 14 that floated up somewhere, and I want to tear it apart. I want to see what it looks like inside. No, there's no shit. It's just a tube. It's literally just a tube. And they wanted almost $5,000 for it. Yeah, so
we could make our own.
Yeah, for $5,000?
We could make one. Get some sheet metal, bend it a little bit. You can make your own little model.
And that's what I'm thinking, because like, so the FBI actually came out and investigated this thing, because he literally just he literally just dragged this thing out of a shed and put it on the side of the road with a for sale sign. And you can see this picture. I wish I could zoom in. I don't know if it has a picture of it. That's what I was trying to find the video. This is a picture of it. It's just written. It almost looks like in a Sharpie or a crayon that says $4,800. You know,
it does on there.
Yeah, I'd come inside to buy or whatever.
I guess you don't have to worry about anyone stealing something that large and heavy.
Yeah, and so I was like, yeah, let's buy it. And I was like, oh man, in Maine, it's just not worth it. It costs $5,000 just to drive it back.
Yep.
So
rent a U-Haul truck. Yeah.
I was like, well, you know, maybe for $5,000 we can just build our own thing or whatever. I don't know.
God, that could be cool.
Just wait for an estate sale. I actually talked to the Naval Undersea Museum up in Keyport in Washington, and I asked him about it. I was like, "What is this?" She goes, "I'm not sure who's behind the Twitter account." They were like, this is it's probably a Mark 14, Mark 16 shape that they pulled out of the water in the area, because this is in Maine, where they had the submarine base up there.
Yeah,
they probably just picked it out of the water. It probably floated up to their property or whatever, and they picked it out.
And then just for reference, obviously we're on the Mark 48 now, so it's an old torpedo.
Yeah, it's super old. Right,
the right
size.
It looks in good shape, though. Look, there's like very little rust.
Yeah, it's a 21-inch torpedo, so it's like a legit size, like the real deal.
It's always incredible seeing these things in real life. You know how big they are, because you look at pictures, a lot of this stuff, but then when you actually go see one, they're big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're enormous. I mean, there's a tractor. I mean, a person would be that big. I mean, when we'd be underway, you'd have them in the torpedo room. They would be stacked this way, so you'd have one here, one here, one here, one here.
So you were around them all the time, yeah.
And so they would, part of being in the torpedo room is that they would actually have a space open where instead of a torpedo, they would put a rack. So you would have basically 3 racks lined up. And so if you were in the middle rack, you could just lay over and just put your arm and leg over this thing and sleep with it like it's your girlfriend. And I did that multiple times.
The Russian submarines, they have different racks like that too. They have like a main rack, a secondary rack, and a third one, and they move them up the racks as they go. Same thing on the U.S. ships?
No, well, generally the torpedo men try to sleep in the torpedo room just because you already work there. There's no point in trying to get up and walk around. And it's generally pretty quiet down there unless they're doing weapons loads and they're moving weapons.
Imagine that, yeah.
But if they're moving weapons, you don't sleep. No. That sucks. You're fucked. You're gonna have to sleep in somebody else's bed, which they're like, you're not sleeping in my bed. You know what I mean? You can go sleep in the machinery room, or you can't sleep in the machinery room, but you can sleep in cruise mess on the bench.
Go sleep with the reactor.
Just sleep with your head down in cruise mess. Like, we don't go fuck. You're not sleeping in my bed. But yeah, I mean, it's the torpedo rooms. It was actually the best place to sleep. You have zero privacy though, because there's generally no curtains in there. You can't hang curtains on the racks.
And you might be right in the middle too, right? On top of these torpedo or whatever, on the top of the racks.
Well, on the 688 actually has a center section for the torpedoes, where now the Virginias, like the whole center part folds away and it looks like a dance floor.
Yeah.
So that center part is the best place to sleep because they just shove a bunch of the stuff in there and then you can sleep there and nobody can see you. So you get your own little private spots, especially if you can hang some sheets and you're just on mission and you're not really doing anything. Everything's just quiet. You're just trying to sleep. But other than that, it fucking sucks. We would have nubs up there. We would try to get the nubs, the new guys that weren't qualified subs, and we would put them up next to the torpedo tubes and we would do snapshots. So they'd be dead asleep and they would Papa, show! And you'd hear them and they'd get up and these guys would be like butt naked and they're jumping out of their rack running around like, oh my god, what's going on? And you just see this naked guy running around scared. Oh, it's great. It's perfect. It's one of the best parts of my life. It's great.
But that's pretty good.
Anyways.
So yeah, this is probably gone anyway. We'll have to make our own replica.
Yeah, I've asked around. I've asked the local news. I've asked the guy who actually wrote this. I've actually asked a few people and I haven't gotten any replies yet to see if it's still for sale. But I don't think I'm going to pay $5,000 for it.
No.
I think it'd be cool to maybe crowdsource something to do something cool like that though. You know.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
I thought it was real. If it was real, I'd totally fucking try to
get an old Russian one or something.
Because I was thinking, what if we just crowdsourced it and we were just like, hey, if you donate $500, I will etch your name in the side of this thing. You know what I mean?
And we'll have it in every thumbnail.
Yeah.
That could be cool. Or an old Russian sonobuoy or something.
Yeah, just anything like that.
Anything that was actually used.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool old shit on eBay. I put in a bid for a Mark 12 Mod 3 gyroscope from a Mark 14 torpedo. So I don't know. We'll see what fucking happens. I actually won a captain's hat from the SS 410, which is the... Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can Google it real quick.
There's a bunch of... it starts with a T. Not the triggerfish. The... Threadfin. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually got one of the captain's hat, and it's made of wool. And the scrambled eggs aren't even straight, so they're crooked. Oh man, it's great. It's so cool, man. I'm super excited about buying all this old shit. And I actually asked the Naval Museum. I was like, can you just buy shit like this? I don't understand how I can just buy a gyroscope for a torpedo online.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're in the country, they might have ITAR restrictions on it and all that.
Well, they said that there are restrictions based on the weapon. If it's a new or a whole weapon,
warhead. Yeah.
She was like, they were like, if it's we've seen full torpedoes for sale. I mean, sometimes we have to step in, right? But most of the time, if it's just for private sale, you you got to do what you got to do. You know, I don't recommend you buy ivory, but you know, it's a private sale. You know, it's your legal right to do whatever you want.
And we're in Texas.
Yeah, so and we're in Texas. You can pretty much buy whatever the hell
you want to read this real quick? Someone asked you a question.
Oh yeah. So one of our favorite fans, DC. Where'd it go? It went away.
No.
I don't know how to use a phone. Okay. Eric, you know how much about or have you dealt with MPA-AC? Seems like US NP-8s are spy planes now. Seeing them in the news all abroad. Yeah. I actually don't know much about the P-8s. Man, I wish I did. I know a little bit more about the P-3s, but that still is not a whole lot. You know, as a submariner, they don't give you time off to go fly around in a P-8 and see what they do. I honestly had zero idea what they did until I kind of got into this, and I just went on DVids Hub, and I was like, okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go to DVids Hub.
Yeah, we can do that right now.
So I actually had some stuff pulled up. We'll just pull this up.
Oh yeah.
So P-8. We don't even know what it's called. We'll just go with it. I don't know what that thing's called. P-8, whatever the hell it is. And so you just go P-8, and then hopefully your internet.
Wait for your internet.
Hopefully your internet doesn't suck.
And then switch it to video type.
Yeah,
video.
So I just go to type and then go video.
Yeah.
8,000 videos.
Good stuff. 8,000 videos they've uploaded. That is crazy. 8,000 videos of just the P-8.
Yeah. So there's P-8.
This looks fun. How about they have the sonobuoys?
Yeah. So here's them actually launching it. I think right here. Look at this.
Ooh, that's a sonobuoy, right?
Dang, that's a sonobuoy right there. Look at this.
That is a sonobuoy.
Yes.
The current series of exercises feature a robust
tiger.
variety of
I don't even need
platforms,
headphones.
both
It's
at
just
sea
us,
and
right?
in the
Yeah.
air.
I guess just to
Carrying
hear this.
Indonesia provides important training for the P-8
No
aircrew
guest.
on the mission sets of the Poseidon aircraft by allowing them to work with real-world assets.
Having the dynamic environment like the exercise, working with the Indonesians, working with our Navy.
Eric and I were talking about this before.
How they're actually
Like
going
the
to
US,
be
they
used.
upload all these
There's
videos.
little quirks and differences in
And,
between. So it's a lot more of taking
Eric
that
thought they
book
were more
learning
exciting.
and
I
what
think
we
they're more
expect to
just kind
happen
of boring.
and
They always do
seeing
these
how to
interviews
actually
here.
use it.
Yeah.
For Russia, it's all just
The
action
P-8
shots.
flies
It's
missions
already
with their
edited
Indonesian
down.
counterparts conducting anti-submarine warfare missions.
But you get to
during the
you get to see cool stuff like that, like
It's
them
great
launching.
to have the interoperability and all that.
I mean, we had something similar to like that on submarines, but it's actually just trash.
Have you seen?
Just shooting trash out the bottom.
Have you seen a sonobuoy deploy? Actually land in the water and spread out and everything?
Yeah, actually.
Can we show that?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up real quick. Let's see.
We might get demonetized, but
No, we won't.
or somebody
Here, I'll pull it up over
not
here.
demonetized, but copyright us again.
No, there's a good one.
Sonobuoy deploy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some pretty cool.
Oh man,
These are crazy.
There
So
it is.
most people know what a sonobuoy is.
Yeah, so this is the P3. Oh. I don't know what the hell that was.
It opened in a new tab.
Oh, did it?
Oh, nice.
There we go. Copy.
Yeah, so a sonobuoy is just pretty much a big microphone that they drop into the water to listen for submarines or anything. It can be active or passive.
Yeah, so this is the P3.
Short down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they'll have, how many do they have on a P8 or a P3? Probably 50, 100 of them.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, they have tons of them. They'll just go drop them in lines.
This is what's so cool about it, because this thing just
Floats up to the surface and
and then
transmits.
it puts out the bottom sounder, drops it out. Here comes
All the hydrophone.
yeah, here comes the it like satellites out so it can pick up a larger range.
And they have some that'll go deep, right? They'll go deep underwater. Some will stay shallow to get above and below the layer.
It's awesome.
It's like a big satellite dish. Yeah, they're pretty interesting.
Yeah, they are, especially when they drop them all around you. I mean, they can triangulate pretty quickly. But they got to get them near you.
They do. Like within a couple miles, really, right?
I mean,
If not, you're really not going to hear. If it's passive.
I mean, and the odds are
And then and once you get a signal on them, some of them are omnidirectional, right? Some of them just tells you a signal, how strong the signal is away from it, right?
Right.
They have the DIFAR, and I forget all the names from.
Right.
Some of them will actually tell you what direction the sound is coming from, and so then you go back and you drop a few more around and eventually pinpoint where the submarine is.
Right. Man, and our chat's blowing up and I can't see it. Oh,
You can
it
have
sucks.
it. Yeah, go ahead and take it if
Oh,
you want to look
man.
through stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to read our chat through Greg's phone. Oh, it's irritating. We've got to come up with a. We're trying to work out some bugs. It's been a while, man.
So what do they do then after the battery dies? Because how long does the battery last on the sonobuoy? An hour, maybe. And then what does it do? Just sink?
Yeah, I think they just sink.
Just sink to the bottom.
Yeah, it's like most things, they just sink, so you can't recover them.
And so they're not getting caught in everyone's propellers and everything as they're going around.
The sonobuoys don't have to last that long because once they're launched, like, you got to get the fuck out of there. You know, like, it doesn't really matter what's going on after that, especially if you're close to that thing. It's gonna get you.
Yeah.
So you got to get out of there. Just if it's already, it's like anything that's active. If it's already active and it's already pinged you, it's time to get the fuck out of there.
Well,
because they're gonna get you.
An active one, sure, but they have passive sonobuoys. So would you hear that dropping into the water? Do you think on sonar?
Oh yeah, you'll hear the Orion.
Right, but do you think you would know if they dropped anything, like a sonobuoy into the water, if it's not active?
Not necessarily, especially if there's high seas. You know, if they're dropping sonobuoys in real, I don't know if the sonobuoys can really. You saw how delicate that thing looked. I don't know if it can operate in a sea state 5, but you know, if it's in a high sea state, you won't hear shit because all you're gonna hear is waves.
Yeah.
You know, or if you're near the ocean or near a shore, I guess if you're like super near a shoreline and you can hear a lot of waves and stuff. I'm not a sonar tech, don't get me wrong, but you know, just basic theory that I know. Yeah, the passive ones you probably won't hear unless you hear the splash.
Right.
Which you can't hear from very far away. It's like anything else.
Right. As long as it's quiet enough, everything else is quiet enough.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So what else do we got up here?
Oh man, we got a lot of stuff, man.
We got a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I gotta step off for a second.
Oh yeah, man, go for it. So I guess we could talk about they're getting ready to shoot another. Yeah, they're getting ready to shoot another Minuteman. You know, just from an OSINT wise, if you guys are ever interested in the missile launches they do, you can generally track them before they happen. They're going to be shooting one August 4th through 6th. I mean, good luck. That could be anything. I have no idea. Just depends on what they want to do. But it looks like they're shooting it to the Kwajalein Atoll or somewhere in that area. I'm assuming over Hawaii. This is the first time I've actually seen this setup where you can see the different stages. Looks like stage 1, stage 2, maybe stage 3, and then this is when the bus separates, and then the strike at the bottom is what me and Greg were talking about before he stepped away. But the other thing that's really interesting about this is it gives you, I mean, real direct coordinates to track this thing all the way. I don't think they would give you this direct of a coordinate if they didn't think they were going to be dead on the money the whole fucking way. Yeah. I mean, because this looks. I mean, I'm not a navigator, but this looks really.
Just stay out of that small area.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there. I actually knew a guy who worked there in the atoll when they used to do a lot of testing back in the day, and he goes, one of the things you really got to worry about is when you see the MIRVs coming in. If you don't see the streak, that's when you got to worry.
It's just getting brighter.
Yeah, the whole thing just gets brighter. You see a circle around it, and it's coming at you. It's definitely not a good thing to be there.
Well, that's like what we got for our intro video, right? That was I animated that to make it look like it was the Kwajalein Atoll.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the launch they're going to be doing.
But those are probably the areas of the boosters landing.
Yeah,
okay, you said that?
That's what I was talking about while you stepped away. But yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, it's all there. You don't have to wait for Wednesday to watch it. I mean, if you really want to see what's going on, here it is. And this is
just watch an old one.
I got this from Dr. Marco Langbrook. He posts this stuff all the time. He's amazing. He's one of the greatest guys when it comes to any of this stuff. I mean, I don't even know what to say about him. He's a really great guy, and he posts his stuff all the time and completely OSINT. You know, he's not like say, hey, go to my website so I can show you the coordinates that this missile's going to fly. You know, it's all right there.
Yeah. So are they don't even hit the actual island anymore?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they ever hit the island.
No, they did used to, yeah.
Oh, maybe they
There's
did.
videos of it impact, and they actually aimed for like an old helipad, and you can see it. And you can actually, if you look at the island, you can actually find some of the impact points. But I guess now maybe they can have a GPS, you know, and then they can see how close they got to it,
Right.
because everything is so accurate now.
Yeah, definitely. What's the countdown till the?
It should be 7 minutes?
7 minutes till they start coming
7
back?
minutes.
I think we have the live stream.
There's a countdown.
I don't know. Is there a countdown coming back?
I don't know. Pull it up. Let's find out.
YouTube. Let's see.
Joe
Rogan. Wolfpack Tactics. See, this is all I do. Nukes, SpaceX, submarines.
Some music.
A little bit of Mark Rabelais for some music. Let's see. Here we go.
Showing the vehicle is nominal and ready for docking.
Rewind it? I'm not sure.
And as
No,
once
this
we
is live.
mentioned that undocking
but I don't know if
will
they've
take a
already
few
did.
minutes before we actually
Make
see
it out full screen,
the
so
separation
I can
occur. But once the command is sent, those 12
Just
flashes
talk
will
about
be
that for a
retracted.
while.
The
Yeah, there we
umbilical
go.
will be disconnected.
I wouldn't
Dragon is
come back to
already
it
on
if it
internal
I
power.
mean,
Yeah,
this is
that's
fucking awesome because, you know, if I were ever the president, I'm telling you right now, my war room better look like this. I don't want to wear a spacesuit. Don't get me wrong, but I want to be able to have a nice war room and a clean area to myself where I can see everything that's going on,
Have
just
a
like
big
I'm doing
board
with
up
the
there.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to have that war room.
And no fighting, right? No fighting in the war room.
I don't want to have anybody. I want to have my own spot where I can sit in there and just suck it in. Be like, okay, this is what's going on over here. This is what's going on over
You got
here.
Apaches going in, you know.
Yeah.
We have a few Blackhawks dropping off some Navy SEAL, or not Navy SEAls, but Special Forces over here.
Now, I don't recommend that for like most presidents because I don't think most presidents have a whole lot of like military knowledge. There's been a few, like JFK. Don't get me wrong. There's been some like real gangster guys, you know, Jimmy Carter. But
That'll be 4:30 p.m.
you know, like if you look at Trump, he probably didn't have a whole lot of military knowledge, right? So like I want, if I'm ever,
He went to West Point or something, no? But no actual military experience. Yeah.
but yeah, so like I want to.
Did he go to West Point?
I have no idea.
I don't really care.
But anyways, yeah, I want to have. I'll be that guy.
And
we'll be that
all
guy.
touchscreen too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, they're watching a video of himself.
King Neptune 2028.
2028. That's when you're running.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be running against what? Kanye West? You and Kanye?
Yeah. I hope so. And if I beat him, I'll make him a vice president.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do, right? They used to
think
do
so.
that like 100 years ago.
I think they still do that.
No, they
Isn't that what Obama did with Biden?
Oh, well,
He beat him and just made him vice president.
no, like when you had a Democrat and Republican running against each other, like 100 years ago, whoever won, like so the Republican won, he would be president, the Democrat would be vice president.
Oh, yeah, that's
They
true.
actually did that way
Yeah,
back then.
yeah. Not anymore.
Looking
But-
for the undocking command to be sent. Just about 30
And, yeah,
seconds.
just sitting
Oh, we got 30 seconds to undock.
It says that?
That's what she just said. You're not paying
I
attention
don't
because you
have
don't have your
headphones
damn
on.
headphones in. Jeez.
And again, a quick preview of what we expect to happen.
Can they hear it?
Umbilicals will retract, and we'll see those docking hooks disconnect.
We were thinking about doing
Then
a
we'll
live
actually see
podcast when
those
they launched. Remember
undocking
that?
Yeah.
burns,
But
followed
The
pretty
problem
shortly
is
after
you
by
never
a
know. It
departure
got
burn.
delayed for weather a couple times, and just be too hard.
Well,
to
see, that's what's
schedule
great
it.
about the undockings. I mean, I guess you can delay for
You don't
weather.
have to worry about weather. You have to worry about where you're going to land, but I don't think we're going to land.
You don't have to worry about weather. About whether you're gonna land. I like that. That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
That undocking sequence right on time.
Man, I remember when they were bringing that first stage back.
Yeah.
This whole back lot was just full of people. Nobody gives a shit that they're coming back. Damn, that's disappointing. I thought there was gonna be a lot more people
They all
there.
have 3 screens, Eric. You only have 2.
Oh, they may not allow them in. I bet they won't let them. Yeah, I bet they won't let them in to watch. That sucks. I bet that's probably what it is.
The only problem is this is so slow.
There's
It's not like
confirmation of
Kerbal
the
Space
umbilicals.
Program or something where you do everything at like 100 miles an hour. You know,
Or data or
they're gonna
command from the
slowly
International
undock.
Space
It's gonna take 2 hours. They're gonna be
there's a
3
view on
inches
your
apart
screen.
from each other.
Yeah, we need a fast forward button. What's going on here, NASA? Get this shit over
right.
with.
Looking
can't
for mission
fast
control
forward
like
live.
Johnson.
I mean, I'm so used to porn and fucking...
Skip forward to the end.
And you watching Cobra Cabal videos. I don't want to hear this shit.
I don't want to hear Cobra Cabal simply say that. Let's skip through it.
His balding fucking ads. I don't want to get there.
Standing by for the driving of the hooks.
Yeah, that's why I like, I know a lot of people are frustrated when they see an ad in my videos, but they're built into the video,
we
so
have
you can
good
fast forward
motion
right
on
to
the
the end of it.
primary
It's not like
side.
those ads in the beginning where you have to sit there and watch either 5 seconds or the whole 30 seconds worth of it.
Yeah, that's why I don't like having YouTube as a sponsor for the show, because you don't have to force people to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have patrons, they naturally, organically grow it. And if you have sponsors, they kind of do that too. But you show off what they're doing, you know? And same with the patrons. You know, if we had a patron give us a bunch of money, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll read passages from your book every night. I don't give a shit, man. Like, it's not really about, like, you know, selling out. It's about... we have a message. We're trying to do what we really, really fucking enjoy. And we want to work with other people who are doing what they want to enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you got a book... I mean, shit, we're like the Oprah of military books at this point. I've got 2 more books lined up. Two more,
read,
3 authors out of 2 book series that are going to be showing up on the next future podcast that we have going on. But
What about Red Storm Rising? Have you gotten to that yet?
no, man, I haven't got into any of that stuff. No, I've just been buying stuff off eBay.
Bidding on gyroscopes?
Yeah, I've been on gyroscopes.
Is anything good on eBay? Right?
Got my hat. I'm
How
getting
did
ready.
you come across a gyroscope?
I just went on eBay and searched submarines. And then I searched Torpedo. Hey, no, man, don't be blowing me up. You're gonna fuck up my eBay,
I'm gonna
man.
outbid you.
No, don't outbid me.
You could buy a propeller.
I don't know what that shit is. That's other stuff.
Their driving first set down.
You're looking
The
at
second set is
old
driving
power.
down.
You're looking at
Completed to
you're looking at submarine parts. I don't know. That's not what I'm looking at.
Nah. Well, I thought maybe I'd get a cool part.
Search for radium. See if you can find some like. Oh man, I found a Russian. What do you call them? Oh Jesus Christ! Where you tell it to go. The speed thing. Oh Jesus Christ! I never drove a submarine. I was an A ganger. I always just blew shit all the time. Where you tell maneuver. I guess on a submarine you tell maneuvering what the speed is. You know, you go all
Like
ahead.
turns for 15 knots or whatever.
Well, not specific numbers.
Or all ahead. Or like.
Well, yeah, you turn the
2/3.
knob and it goes. And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
You know, you do whatever the fuck. Jesus Christ! Let me just pull it up.
Like the big thing?
We're just showing a green button at this point.
Continuing to drive.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of boring watching the
These are the
undocking.
final
I want to
set
see them
of hooks.
re-enter.
There's
That would be
6 of them
cool.
holding
Like
down
I was
the
trying to say earlier, with the SpaceX and all the cool footage they released, maybe they'll actually have a live stream of a re-entry from the ground, like actually looking up at the spacecraft coming in.
It was K-124, I believe. I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and dig through this and just look stupid, but anyways, yeah, they're selling a one of those things, and it's backlit, and it's been disconnected for 10 years, and it's still glowing green. So I'm sure it's full of radium, you know, just full of like crazy amounts of radium. But anyways,
What else do we got here?
oh, yeah, we got a lot of good stuff. So while we wait for them to re-entry. They showed pictures of the Minot team working on what looks like a shape.
They have 3 warheads on there.
Yeah.
I thought they're only armed with 1 warhead.
Well, I'm pretty sure this
Is just for the test?
This is just a test. Yeah. This is like if we want to put 3 on here.
They can go back and put 3. That's right. They can go back, but right now, from my understanding, at least all the missiles in the silos that are armed and ready to actually launch if a war happened only have 1 warhead on them.
Right. It looks like they're trying to show off.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's go get 2 more fake warheads in here and take some pictures. And
yeah. And
back.
you know, and yeah, we're high ranking, so we don't wear masks. So
Yeah.
go fuck yourself, you guys. But yeah, this is an odd shape.
That's not the same shape.
It's not the same shape.
Is that the nose cone?
I have no idea. It looks like a nose cone for something. It's a big ass nose cone.
Well, yeah, it's got to fit those 3 warheads inside.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably for the Minuteman, or this probably, I'm assuming this is a testing facility, training facility.
It's at Minot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is from Ambassador
Billingsley?
at U.S. Arms Control. Dang, that's a Twitter account right there, man. I wish I had that fucking... Man. Anyways, but yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. They showed that off. Yeah, speaking of which, I wanna give a shout out. I mean, we don't necessarily talk super internationally, but in St. Petersburg, they apparently have a ceremony where the paratroopers will jump into the fountains. And this year they decided to shut the fountains off so that the paratroopers won't celebrate in the fountains.
Okay.
And I thought this was interesting because this guy is wearing
an American flag.
An American flag Speedo! Yes! I'm telling you what. I think we give each other a lot more respect behind the scenes than most people think. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, those dudes are fucking warriors, man.
Right.
I mean, could you imagine going through the shit they go through with the amount of resources they have? They have a fucking ballistic missile submarine that's built with the amount of money at Texas. Like, that's crazy shit to me. And it has a pool and a sauna and a fucking... and like a garden room that they sit in and enjoy like old people. It's crazy to me.
Can you imagine going on one of them submarines? Would you do it?
No fucking way. Yeah. Absolutely not. Especially not a Typhoon now, because I don't think they can go underwater anymore.
No.
The one they have left, the old Red October.
Dmitry something.
Yeah, Dmitry Donsky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these fucking guys. And it sucks. Like, why would you... I mean, like, if that's a major celebration, who gives a shit if they're jumping in a fountain? Who cares? Like, they're veterans. They're not a bunch of bums celebrating Bum Day or whatever the fuck it is. You know, like these guys are like warriors. Paratroopers are no joke. I mean, I wouldn't be jumping out of no fucking airplane. Absolutely not. No way in any hell.
No.
Am I ever gonna...
That's what I was going to tell you to pull up next, if you wanted to. Go to the Russian YouTube channel.
Yeah, the Russian YouTube. Which one?
Next one, yeah. I think. Oh, no, that's Modern Marvels.
That's Modern
There you
Marvels.
go. Oh, you pulled up Zvezda.
Yeah, it's Zvezda.
Zvezda.
Well, we can start with Zvezda. I mean, because they're the best marketed.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is straight up Russian propaganda, but it's awesome.
It's incredible. I mean, they are playing the game really well.
Oh yeah.
Because, I mean, they don't mess around, man. This is one of the latest ones that came out June 7th. You can see that down here.
Тихий океан, юго-восточная граница Филиппинского
I think I have
моря,
translations.
Марианская впадина. Первая в истории нашей страны попытка покорить самую труднодоступную точку Земли, бездну Челленджера, и первая в мире с помощью автономного необитаемого подводного и, что важно, беспроводного аппарата. Создатели назвали его «Витязем». Эти кадры впервые в эфире.
Whenever I'm looking for really high quality, up-to-date video, I hate to say it, but I use their propaganda. It's the best. Yeah. I mean, and they control it. They do exactly what they're trying to do. And Zvezda is a state-run YouTube channel. If one of the cool things about YouTube too is that they tell you that it's state run. So
you're watching Russian propaganda right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it says.
Yeah, so they're talking about making masks for COVID-19 and submarines. This is actually one of their research submarines.
Oh yeah, they're going down to the Marianas.
Yeah, to the Marianas. So you can see a real big change in how the militaries are dealing with
the internet.
I mean, just media in general now. It's completely changed.
Yeah.
They're not putting posters up anymore.
No, but think about even the U.S. military 50 years ago. Now you have to be open. You have to show off all this stuff, right? Back then, you didn't really know anything. No one really knew anything. They kept everything secret.
Yeah.
Now you want to show off all your most advanced stuff. You want to show, this is stuff that like the CIA would have killed to get a few pictures.
Killed for.
Yeah. Now they're just uploading it for the entire world to see.
Because they don't give a shit. You know why? Because guys like us are sitting there watching satellites all day, not doing shit because we don't have a job. We fucking post it on Twitter, and everybody knows now. Hey, look, here goes this submarine leaving Sevastopol.
Yeah.
And here's a high quality picture of it, and here's this distinctive mark on the front port left side of the sail.
So it's the same one next time.
Yeah.
Get track where I went to.
Yeah, and so I think they've just kind of given up. I honestly think that.
Yeah.
I mean, they can control an environment,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Like, so if you have something in a silo, that shit's not going to get out. If you have something inside of a submarine, more than likely that community's not going to let it out.
And they do blur some screens sometime, and they'll do a few. They won't show you the inside of every last little part. So there's still stuff you would need to figure out as an intelligence agency, but
right,
just like the basics of it,
how
it looks. The size of it, the dimensions, everything.
And so it's become a game of like, what can we show? And let's just, we got a big dick, fuck it. Let's just throw that thing out there. Like, we don't have to hide it anymore. Like, everybody else is showing this shit. I mean, look at this. You're not going to see that anywhere else. Any of this stuff. This is the harpsichord, I believe. If you go look at the Covert Shores website. He shows this thing kind of torn apart too.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when we pan to the back, it'll probably have 4 props. Just the color. I'm assuming from the color.
Because it's yellow?
Yeah.
But they're talking about going down to the Marianas Trench.
Well, we don't know what the harpsichord could do.
Yeah.
There it is. There's all 4. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it's got the 4 props that give it really good navigation. Oh, man, look at that. They got the AutoCADs.
Yeah, but once they film this and once they're editing it together, they watch every last little frame, every clip to see if there's any paper that says anything on it they don't want to show.
No, but
they look at every last.
But they do. They don't care. They want to show all that shit. I think they put that stuff on the wall and they're like, oh yeah, this little secret ballsy picture back here is going to show that this thing isn't just
right. But it's all on purpose, though. They know what's going to go out there. They want to make sure that a piece of paper talking about how much it's going to cost them or exactly how many they're going to be building or things like that are not going to show up.
Yeah, definitely. The Sufrin, the new Russian SSN they had a...
The Yazan?
No, not Russian. The Sufrin, the French.
Oh, the French one.
The new French submarine.
Oh.
They have a video of them inside an office, and you can see a dry dock shelter that's mounted. It looks like it would mount to the top, but it's just the dry dock shelter, and it's on a poster in the back. Yeah, I'll pull it up in a second. That's all on purpose.
I mean,
yeah, of course it is.
I do it myself when I'm uploading stuff of my own stuff. I'll look at every last, like if I take a picture of my dog, I got on my Discord channel, I'll look at every last little thing in the background to see if there's anything there that's going to reveal anything.
Yeah.
So they're doing it too.
Yeah, of course they are. I don't want to just sit here and just play a bunch of Russian propaganda.
It's 50 minutes of it, but and they're not really doing anything too exciting.
But yeah, I mean, Vesta's awesome because you're not going to get a DVids hub of Russia. This is probably the best way to go. Oh yeah, and they talk shit about Russia too. They talk shit about the United States too. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, I mean, they have some really good stuff. They talk about nukes. They're real big into submarines because their submarine fleet is. They're a real go-to.
Yeah, that's like the pride.
So it's, I mean, as a submarine fan, that I'll never be able to find anything better than that. But
and then a comparable one, you want to go over to Russians? Ministry of Defense.
There's the actual Russian.
You just have to go. You might have to, or just search it. Russian Ministry of Defense. I guess it's a subscribe.
Yeah, it should be MOD
Russia. There you go. First one up here. You'll have But you were speaking about paratroopers while we looked at this real quickly.
Yeah.
They had some
go ahead.
paratroopers. Sure, I'll reach over here while you answer your phone. I haven't even watched it, but these are always fun to look through. Oh, we can talk about that.
You're staying for dinner, by the way.
Am I?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This is how loose we are on this podcast. We don't give a shit.
Talk about dinner plans.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go take a break.
Where was it? Anyway, this channel always has a whole bunch of awesome stuff on here. You can just click on any one of them. And this is directly from the Russian government. That's their Ministry of Defense. And some artillery. Go. Let's see what else we got. Oh, here. The Airborne. These are always fun to watch. Just full screen it. I think we talked about this before, but Eric said he would never jump out of a plane. I think I would. I would like to try it. I would not want to be stuck in a tiny little submarine underwater. That's not for me. That's for Eric, but I guess we're completely opposite in that regard. But I think this would be so much fun. Ooh. These are fun to watch, right? Have you seen a few of these, Eric? Okay, they're dropping vehicles, supplies, and people out the back. Yeah, you wouldn't do this, right?
Hell no, you're going to be the one doing it.
I want to do it,
Yeah. Next time we go up, we're going to go back to the air show this year, the Alliance Air Show. And we went up last year, and they didn't jump.
They didn't jump.
But this year, I'm going to get there early and tell
We already
them,
have... Did you get us registered for that?
Yeah, I'm going to tell them that they're going to strap you to the front of one of those guys, and you're going to jump out
Remember,
of that
I was
thing.
joking with them. I'm like, we're going to see how good you guys really are. I'm going to jump out, see if you can jump out and catch me before I hit the ground. And rescue me.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they're that good. I would hope they're that good. Just sweep in and grab your big ass.
I don't know what what was their decision? They're cutting. So DC, what was the decision with China regarding Russia and the S-400? Because I know they were making deliveries to them. I haven't been up to date on that, so maybe they...
I bet they're not making a delivery like that.
No. They tried to deliver them on ship, and the ship sunk.
Oh, did it?
I believe it sunk, yeah. They lost like 100 missiles. Like the
oh, no kidding.
What was it, the 48 N6E missile? Yeah. And they had to deliver more of them.
That's awesome.
Seems chat is pretty busted. Same, I'd rather jump out of a plane than be stuck in a sub. Eric, you are in the minority here.
What?
People are saying they'd rather jump out of a plane than be stuck in a submarine underwater.
I mean, they say that, but okay, would you rather be in an airplane or jump out of the airplane? Because it's the same deal. You're just in there for a long time.
Would you rather jump out of an airplane or have to escape a submarine underwater?
Oh, no, I would jump out of an airplane in a heartbeat. Oh, yeah. In a heartbeat. There's absolutely, I mean, there's no way.
So is that a more fair comparison?
I have 100% faith in that tube where I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about escaping. There isn't, I mean, I came to terms with the fact that I'm not going to escape. If shit goes down, it's over. I may get crazy lucky. And if I do, my life's set and I'll never have to do anything else again. I'll write a book and I'll be done for the rest of my life. But odds are I'm not going to make it out. So I just came to terms with the fact that if shit went down, it's over with. And that's where the PTSD kind of comes in. You know, you're like,
yeah,
it's over. Okay. Oh shit, this is happening. Okay, it's over. Oh Jesus. You know,
that's gotta be pretty crazy.
You gotta work your. It's like when we were under the ice. There's no emergency blow.
No.
Right. If you're in the middle of the Pacific and a fire happens, you can just emergency blow, float to the surface.
Yeah.
They'll come out and save you. Hopefully, if the sea state's not too crazy and you make it out.
Yeah, but not if you're real deep or if you're under the ice.
If you're under the ice, there's no way out. You know, you're Dunsky. You're gonna
Dunsky.
You're gonna be a tube under the water.
These are pretty cool bombers. The Tu-22 M3. It's pretty much their version of the B2. B1, I'm sorry, B1. Supersonic, strategic bomber. Some pretty good footage.
See, I mean, if I was going to be on airplanes, I'd be a bomber. I just want to float way up there. I mean, if I get taken out, it's over. I'm not trying to fight. It's just over. But if I get there, I drop that shit, and I fly out. No argument. Hopefully no argument, and I'm in and out.
Seems like we're having some problems with the internet. It's going real even up there.
I was getting in and out. Probably because I'm showing a bunch of high-quality video.
Yeah.
Back out a little bit. And
what else do we got before we wrap up here? Oh, you want to check back in? Did you have the tab open still with the SpaceX? See if they have fully departed? You can just search it again. Yep, there you go. Yep. Play it.
Now,
Click live over here.
afterwards, we'll conduct 2 undocked.
I hate when that happens. And you go over and the volume thing goes.
Earlier, this is the 20th anniversary of the International Space Station this year, and so it's a big milestone. We'll be celebrating that later in November, and that means there have been
going to show anything. Rewind it a little bit, see if you can see them.
I think they landed?
Years, so that's
no, they're probably not going to land for several hours.
Several hours?
Yeah.
I think it doesn't take that long to re-entry.
I think they're going to give themselves a couple orbits to line up properly
no one could have ever dreamed
where
of.
they want to land.
Just reading some of the books
I
by
don't think
former
they would
crew
go
members.
live if it's going to take several hours.
Food aboard the space station and
that'd be awesome if they did.
That's my guy. And they're going to stream it for.
They're trying to like supplement their investments with YouTube.
Well, that's what they did with. You remember when he launched the Tesla into space?
Oh yeah.
He live streamed that for like 3 days while it just orbited the Earth.
Yeah.
Spaceman in there.
But something about being there with a common goal.
See, I think that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the
when you're there, you know, and
that car is actually going to land on the moon. You just don't know it. It's just going to like slowly
start driving around.
Yeah, he like paid for the trajectory fucking engineers to like make it land just like this.
They get a pretty good view in exchange.
And it's going to be there forever.
But yes, so we actually are coming up very shortly now. It looks like about a minute until we exit that approach ellipsoid and joint operations end between Mission Control Houston and Mission Control Hawthorne.
You gotta escape the ellipsoid.
Let me put the headphones on out of the way. I can hear it.
Again, that approach ellipsoid, a 4 kilometer by 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer imaginary ellipse around the space station, really designed as
I'll tell you what I'm not going to do.
Still,
as spacecraft.
So they're just slowly. They haven't even left
the space around the space
region
station.
around the
They need to coordinate their operations with the flight control.
So just
team.
slowly backing up,
slowly floating away.
Yeah, they don't want to bump anything. Are you kidding me? If you hit anything,
why would SpaceX put this up right now? This is the most boring shit ever. Like, I don't want to see what the fuck is going on in Mission Control. I don't want to see a bunch of guys in masks or not masks.
Philosophies, procedures.
Man, look at that. They talk shit about Texas. I don't see nobody with masks.
No, that's not go up to Houston.
Well, SpaceX, you're not fucking around. But
everyone in NASA,
NASA's like, oh yeah, whatever. That's cool, man. You guys got a beard? That's cool.
Where is is that in Hawthorne? California. That's in California, right? SpaceX.
Yeah.
Mission Control.
Yeah, they're getting ready to build that new gigafactory here in Texas. I'm super excited in Austin.
Operations in close proximity.
I'm telling you, Texas, Austin especially, is going to become the new Silicon Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got lower taxes, better business, all that stuff. And California's kind of going downhill.
Why live in New York or fucking LA?
Pay half your money. That's why I left. Part of the reason why I left, but better weather, though.
And the International Space Station currently flying
they're not going to be doing
over the Indian Ocean, 269 statute miles above us all.
So, one of the great people that have really helped me with all of this is a guy in the chat named Richard Stern. I call him Mr. Dick. Mr. Dick Stern. He's the guy that draws a lot of our subs news, or I guess he draws all of them, really. The exception of Covert Shores, drawing the original. Embers is, I call him Embers. He's drawn basically everything else. He's in the chat right now. And one of the things he asked me was our favorite cocktails, and I don't think we've ever had a cocktail other than whiskey and Coke.
Yeah, that's it.
Just Wild Turkey and Coke.
And 99% of the time it's Wild Turkey and Coke.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not Pepsi. I brought Pepsi over one time. Eric wouldn't drink it.
No,
you drank it.
Yeah, I think
Because that's all we had.
No, I didn't actually.
I think you drank.
I actually had somebody deliver pizza.
You did. And you ordered a bunch of Coke to go with it because you didn't want to drink the Pepsi.
No, I gotta have the 2-liter Coke.
No, but you drank Pepsi over at my place one time.
Yeah.
When we first started doing this.
Yeah, I think so.
You did one time.
Well, I had to be. It was your place. I had to be nice. You know, I can't just.
You didn't want to insult me.
I can't be like, hey, look, I can't be fucking doing this shit. I gotta,
like,
I gotta order a
straight
pizza.
shots.
Straight shots. Yeah.
Just on the rocks.
No, that's it. Whiskey and Cokes. That's what we do. I feel like it's the best podcast cocktail.
So with that exit of the approach ellipsoid, or the AE, that other imaginary three-dimensional ellipsoid measuring 4 kilometers by
I think that's just like a secure place they have around the space station,
as we mentioned,
where you have like a speed limit. It's like a school zone, you know, where it's super slow speed limit, so you don't hit anything.
Were to lose maneuvering capabilities, it wouldn't cross into the approach ellipsoid. We've heard that call from the core.
Break a solar panel and have no power on the station.
Hawthorne up to the crew aboard Crew.
And then they can start backing up quicker once they actually get outside of that.
The crew acknowledging that call.
Yeah, I'm sure they have to start dealing with all the fucking random debris and shit now because we keep blowing shit up there.
Yeah, India did one not too long ago. What, a year ago?
Well, and you heard about you heard about Russia doing their
killer sats.
Their little killer sat.
Cosmos 2543.
Yeah, they did a little shot. A little shot. Nobody knows what that shot was, but it was a little bit faster than something that should be repairing anything.
For about 30 minutes from now.
That's all they are. They're just going to go and trail a U.S. spy set, right? Like go behind one of the new keyhole satellites and just follow it. Just stay behind it. Just like how U.S. subs used to follow Russian subs, you know, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's the idea. Just
that's all they do. Just stay in orbit, stay, you know, a couple kilometers back. And then if ever a war happens, and you smash right into it real quick. Take them all out. Take out all the U.S. satellite capability, you know, in the first few hours of the war.
Yeah, and at that point, you can actually wire it to observe. It's not just ISR. It's ISR and a capable suicide weapon. Because it's just a block of whatever. You know, if you're trying to attack a really delicate satellite, it doesn't take much.
Just the smallest thing.
I mean, all you got to do is just aim at the lens.
On your screen is sort of where we're conducting this burn. So depart burn 2, the apogee, performing an orbital burn.
Man, I think it's gonna like do an all-nighter.
Yeah, at the highest point
good
of the
for
orbit,
space.
actually the most efficient way.
We're just gonna have a Saturday night all-nighter. You guys want to hang out? We're just gonna talk about fucking missiles and shit all
down. A little bit further.
Well, what else do we have? We can come back to this.
Yeah, get the most bang for
just
your buck.
I mean, we're nerdy, but we're not that nerdy. I mean, we're pretty nerdy, but anyways.
What else do we have? You have a whole bunch of stuff pulled up here.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff. Let me float through it. So we got navigational warnings. We'll just close that.
Yeah.
Missile stuff. Close that. So this was Admiral Essen.
Grigorovich.
Yeah, Grigorovich. Shoot missiles. Oh. A bunch of compressed gas. The Russian Soviet missiles are the greatest because they like go up, especially when they flip. They flip 90 degrees.
Yeah. Stay low. Gun coming around and shoot it. Imagine if the gun shut it down. That would be pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool capability.
We're that good.
Yeah.
We could shoot our own missiles out. See, what scares me about that, though, is if that missile doesn't launch, that bitch is just going to
come right back down. Well, here, look it up. I don't care if we get copyright strike. Pull up S300 failures.
Okay.
You ever seen this before?
Well, hell, let's finish watching this, S300 failures. Here, let me make me a drink.
Go ahead.
Here, I'll just give you the keyboard. I'm going to talk about
Well, I slide my chair over. Because this thing picks up everything. It doesn't matter, right? Ooh. What are we eating for dinner, Eric? When's dinner ready? You guys, so they had some place called Rusty. What is it called? Rusty Tacos. Yeah, they were pretty good. Once you got all the rust off of it, it tasted better. But same video. All right.
The bilge of the USS Texas. A little rusty.
That's 300. Failure. All right, Eric, I'll have to wait for you to come over so you can watch it live with everyone who hasn't seen this yet. About that second after ejection, yeah. They can hear you cackling in the background.
I feel like I'm short timing it. We're getting ready to move into a new studio.
Yeah. Now we're just kind of counting down the days till that happens. All right, ready?
Let's do this.
We'll have to go one by one. I haven't. So yes, this is the same. So this is the exact same missile, pretty much. It's the F version. This is probably the P, some variant of the P version. That's Limestone ships. This is from land. So yeah, sometimes that rocket fails to light. Ready? There's a bunch of them.
Man, they're laughing and shit like this happens all the time.
I don't know what else there is. Probably just yelling.
That's awesome.
Here, this old one is pretty good too. That one worked. Everything good. It's what they're supposed to do.
It's gonna be a good day. Good day.
And that one is.
Oh, right back in the tube.
Imagine if it felt perfectly back in that tube.
Oh my god, that guy in that truck's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Look at that thing. Look, it's all bent up.
Nope. Oh man, you talking
You know how much that thing weighs?
Ass dude.
Yeah, coming back down, just smacking into it. And that thing's full with solid rocket fuel that was supposed to be burning, but didn't for some reason. I would not want to go anywhere near that.
No, absolutely.
I don't want that job. It's all bent up.
Oh my god.
There's a couple other really. Oh, I think this one might be the funny one. This one just goes crazy and starts spinning. Oh, sorry. Well, that's good. Everything good? Look at it. It almost regains control. It almost does.
Just one fin.
And then. Yeah.
Just lost one fin.
And watch, this thing comes back around at them. Can you imagine being on the ground? Can you imagine being on the ground around that while this thing is flying in random directions?
It scares me being under for like being in an air show.
Yeah. All those metal shards flying all over.
Nope.
Anyway, yeah, so they failed. Hey, look who that is.
Hey, who's that guy?
And I'm going to copyright strike you if you play it.
To the famous nuclear facility located there. The S-300V series.
I've actually watched this video, by the way. See how it's short.
You watched Hazard,
it was designed to be more mobile.
I love you,
the ability to travel over more difficult terrain.
That footage
hence
of
the
exercises,
traps.
not actual combat.
The system was
I thought that would stop me from getting demonetized by YouTube. Didn't work.
Nope. Nope.
Did not work at all.
No. Just can't show.
And then Binkoff. Talked to Binkoff a few times. He's a good guy.
Yeah. We were actually trying to get Binkoff on the show, but he's a little
unfortunately
with the language barrier.
Yeah, English is not his first language. Yeah, unfortunately. So
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. He's a good fucking dude, man.
Yeah, I went back and forth and talked about a whole bunch of stuff, talking about being demonetized and talking about sponsors and all that, because all this stuff you don't know until you start doing it, right? And no one really shares their secrets. So it's all a guessing game.
Yeah, it really is. And having that community, especially because he's a big dude. I mean, 1.1 million views 2 months ago. I mean, he's fucking killing it.
Well, what am I? I'm at 240,000. Click on one of his. How many subscribers? He probably has twice as many as me.
Today we'll be looking at a little known.
Yeah,
I'm catching up.
Yeah. See, what you need is a sock puppet.
I do need a sock puppet. I need some sort of gimmick.
Yeah, we're falling behind here. That's what we need.
I remember my girlfriend. She's like, "What the hell is a sock puppet?"
I was
Dude, it's crazy.
I was like, "Wait a minute."
I thought it was good right away. I'm like, "This is a good gimmicky thing." You have to have something to make yourself stand out, you know?
You really do, man. And it's content. He's like Michael Jordan. You know, he do whatever the fuck he wants, but he's got legit numbers. Like he does it really well. You know, he communicates with the community very well. Mm-hmm. Showing numbers, just basic stuff, you know. What's it like? People versus people, you know.
Let's see how his videos are more one country versus another country, and it's kind of cool. Different than when I do a little bit, but still good. Yeah, Chile versus Argentina, you know. He's doing pretty good numbers. Almost everything's over 100,000.
Maybe that's what we need to do.
That's good.
Texas versus California, right?
Yeah.
California would probably beat us because there's nothing in Texas anymore.
I don't know. Everyone in Texas has guns.
Well, we got an army, right? We just do a straight rush to California. Just fucking take them out. I don't know. They got a pretty whatever you call it.
Pretty big Navy.
Well, the Navy's got to go through the Panama Canal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or just launch straight from California. They probably could.
Tomahawks.
I guess Tomahawks. Yeah, fuck, damn. There's no Tomahawks in
but
Texas.
then they'd have to invade, and we all have guns. Everyone has guns here in Texas, so they'd be in trouble there.
Yeah, see? This is what we need to do.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we need to have a versus channel.
All right, somebody said apparently Putin himself blocked a radar and missile delivery that has been... I guess their relationship is rocky right now. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, China has copied a lot of Russian stuff, some under license, some not under license. Some stuff, like the HQ-9 is basically an S-300.
Yeah.
A lot of their stuff is just copied of Russia stuff. I bet eventually, right now I think Russia's okay with it because, or they have been okay with it up till now, because they're making a lot of money off of it, right?
Yeah.
China's buying a lot of their stuff, and that's keeping a lot of the Russian aircraft industry and all that different things in business, not going bankrupt. But since China is growing so fast right now, and they're starting to produce their own stuff, that could really hurt Russia in the long term, especially if they're just copying and stealing their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's, when your allies are stealing your shit. Because that's what China does, right? That's where a lot of their initial power came from, is we don't need to research it. We already know how to do it.
Yeah.
And we have cheap ass labor.
Right, they make it for half the price.
Hell yeah, I got a bunch of farmers out here that could do this shit. Well, fuck, man.
Yeah.
When you have that bulldozer running, it doesn't matter if it's the United States or Russia or India or Pakistan or Israel or whoever. Like, we're going to get that shit. We're going to get all of it. We're going to seize everything because they have that economy that can be the foundation to
doing anything. Yeah,
anything.
Right, because they don't have everything state-owned pretty much. It's a communist country still, technically. Yep. There's a weird mix with capitalism in there, but basically it's still, the Communist Party of China.
Yeah. I mean, but the fucked up part about it is that when you don't have that foundation of research and technology, you can't just float yourself. Like, you eventually will come to the point where you have to rely on your enemy for technology, and that's not good. That's not where you want to be, right?
No.
I mean, I'm not saying that China can't or isn't smart enough to pull off their own shit.
They're getting there.
They definitely are.
Yeah, they're slowly getting there
to do it. But at the same time, when your entire foundation is based on it, and there's a whole shit ton of corruption, and there's no training, you got a huge vacuum.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you just see them just shooting sand in the middle of a fucking pit so they can just make a new island, because there's not really much else they can do.
Yeah.
They're just trying to expand.
Right. Play in the long game.
The real long game.
Yeah,
right?
literally
real
building
long
so
game.
20 years from now, they might be valuable.
Right. I mean, because like we talked about it before, what if you could make an island like Diego Garcia?
Yeah.
Just
out in the middle of the ocean. Yeah.
Nowhere, and you own that
out in the Indian Ocean.
Thing.
What if they just did one in the middle of the Atlantic, like out by the Azores or something? And now,
like a Hawaii,
now they have a base there. Yeah.
Hawaii of the
Hawaii
Atlantic.
of the Atlantic.
Holy shit, that'd be crazy.
They built a whole city there.
Oh my god.
They had like 300,000 people living there. Oh man, I don't know what the population of Hawaii is, but
you got to have a volcano kind of to pull that
you
off,
need something bigger than that.
But even still, you don't need a volcano, right? You don't have to worry about the volcano blowing up.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
you just got to worry about getting nuked. But even the Hawaiians are getting fake alarms.
Oh yeah.
They got that fake alarm last year that they were going to get nuked. I don't know, man.
What else do we have pulled up here? Is there a couple more things we could talk about before ending it?
We got all kinds of good shit.
Oh, we do.
So if you want to go to the USS New Jersey.
Oh, they got to shoot them?
Yeah, you get to shoot the gun. So,
Where is the New Jersey? Is it in New Jersey?
It's in New Jersey.
I was worried that was going to be the answer. $50 donation.
Yeah. So they're only open for like 5 hours. So I think from 10 to 3 they're open during the day. But if you give them a $50 donation, you can.
Nice. I would do it.
Boom.
That's about the only reason I would ever go to New Jersey. That and cheap gas.
Boom. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. And then New Jersey's she's a bad bitch, man. That is an awesome museum boat to go to. It's probably, you have the New Jersey and the Iowa, probably the best two battleships, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To go visit.
I haven't been to either one of them.
Besides, I'm talking about like really late age battleships.
Right, yeah.
Because we went to the Texas.
Right,
The
that was
Texas
an old
was
one,
amazing.
yeah.
Right.
But it was still cool, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What else we got? We already did that.
Torpedo for sale.
Google Earth, what do we do?
Oh yeah, we didn't
even
get
talk
to
about them at all.
Yeah.
What else do you have pulled up here?
Let's see here. Yeah. So here we go.
Iran's, their fake aircraft carrier they sunk.
Yeah. So the fake aircraft carriers. I'll just leave this up.
Yeah, well.
So
this is an image from today.
Yeah, this is from today.
Sentinel 2.
So I sent a DM to our old buddy H.I. Sutton, and he sent me this picture back of the carrier they were trying to sink. The Iranian mock carrier that they were shooting at. And it didn't sink.
No. It's like plywood and pontoon, and it wasn't really meant to sink. But it did capsize, right?
Yeah, it capsized, and it's kind of stuck there.
And now it's stuck. Because the water, go back to the other picture, the water is super shallow.
Yeah, so Sutton also sent me the depths of the water around. This is in meters, so that's only...
What does a little 2 mean next to it? So yeah, like 14.2. Is that 0.2?
Right, so let me try to kind of bounce it back and forth. So it looks like it's in the main traffic area.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably
going
around
into
here.
And out of that Bandar Abbas.
14 to 15 meters all the way around. And it may be dredged and probably a little bit lower.
Yeah, if you go back to the other image. No, or actually go to the Google Earth one. I think you can actually see where it's dredged a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually kind of make it out. You can see it traffic and going in and out of the port there.
So, yeah, okay, so yeah, you can kind of see the dredge. But yeah, that thing is... it looks like it's not going to make it back. And so, talking to Sutton, he said that they're going to have some type of
like he said now it's a submarine target.
Who did?
You're giving your buddy.
Yeah, it's a submarine target. It's a missile target. It could be anything.
Yeah,
I actually offered up a very fine wild turkey bottle of whiskey if somebody could snake a tomahawk in there, or a harpoon. Yeah, but nobody pulled it off. So, but yeah, so like it's capsized, it's stuck there, and now Sutton's saying that they have to do some type of flotation
to bring it back up.
Yeah, they have to float it out of the sand, or they're not going to be able to tow it back.
No.
And they can't just leave it there. So,
they do. I was mentioning this before. That's why we have Google Earth pulled up. Go to the Google Earth tab. If you look and you zoom in, they have a couple sunk boats.
Yeah.
There's one here, and they're just left. I don't know how long those have been there for, but I think there's a few more.
Yeah, there's a few. So
I think there's one up here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, whatever. No, I thought that was one. Is that one right here?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. They're all just
some of them are kind of faded between.
They're all rusted pieces of shit floating around out there.
But and there's the carrier there.
Yeah, there's.
This was probably taken a few months before, but
there's probably another one right there. But and this is just a really short.
Oh yeah.
Outline of the shore. I mean, who knows what's going on out here? You're not really going to see anything. But I mean, so these X's are where they towed the last two, because this isn't the first one.
No, this is the same one.
Is it the same?
They've
one?
only built one, yeah. They repaired it. They fixed it up. So I remember like 4 or 5 months ago they were talking about how they noticed it was being repaired.
Oh, okay.
Because it sat there. So go back to the Google Earth one. Yeah, that's the same one sitting right there.
Oh, okay. So they just brought it back in and
they just
refloated it.
I'm pretty sure. Now I'm kind of worried I might be wrong, but I'm 99% sure.
Well, I mean, I think it's just...
They never sunk it the first time. It never actually sunk.
Yeah, I don't think it ever really sunk.
It's just, not really a ship.
I think it's just wood. It's just like a wood platform.
It's just plywood. If you watch the videos, they're climbing up on the deck and everything, you can see. Yeah. Or when they fired a missile at it, everything burned. You could see like the underlying plywood structure.
But yeah, shout out to Sutton and Aurora Intel. Sutton was actually talking to Aurora Intel, who we had with Nish and on the past shows, and gave him the intel. And so
gave him the Aurora Intel?
Like I've said multiple times, nerds working around with nerds.
Mm-hmm.
All we're doing is just hanging out with each other, just talking about bullshit that we don't think anybody cares about, but I guess they do. Yeah.
Maybe. 11 people do.
11. Yeah, we've actually had a really good show this time. We've got a lot of people here.
Yeah, for doing nothing.
Just talking about bullshit. Who cares, man? Yeah. I mean, not having that oversight is nice.
Yeah.
You know, or we can just
do whatever we want. Whatever.
You know, if
you want to check out the NASA one? See if there's any updates.
Yeah.
The family for the crew members.
Oh.
Coming back in.
Is it coming back in? No,
I think
that's what is this view from? I don't think it's from the ground. I think it's from the ISS.
Crew Dragon is from the International Space Station, and these cameras can actually be controlled by flight controllers in Mission Control Houston.
Yeah.
Joint operations with Mission Control Houston.
So it's only like a couple hundred yards away from the space station
outside
now.
Of the approach ellipsoid. It is entirely under the supervision of Mission Control here in Hawthorne. However, Houston is still monitoring the status of the astronauts and the vehicle. But these cameras can be controlled by teams on the ground. They help us to find what we're looking for whenever astronauts are
I
on
would
a
bet
spacewalk,
that they're going to go at least one orbit around, which is an hour and a
arriving
half.
or departing spacecraft,
So it's not
as we
going
have
to be
today.
anytime soon.
Yeah, so they're just doing an all-nighter, I guess.
You want to stay on until it comes back?
No, I don't.
Because it might not even be that.
I don't necessarily want to, but I mean,
orbits.
good for NASA. Like, they're like, hey, look, there's just a bunch of kids hanging out at home.
Well,
they
that's
got
what NASA
shit
always
else to
does.
do, you know?
Do you remember the NASA channel?
Dragon looking pretty small.
All they did was show a view of
we
it
saw
orbiting
it
the
just
Earth for
even
like
40
23 hours a day.
ago, just
And then
before
1
I
hour
got
they
in,
would
you
show
can
the
see the
astronauts
trunk
talking about what it's
there,
like to be
near
in
the top
space.
of your screen.
Yeah, but they didn't do
Crew
a
Dragon's
full
capsule
return like this.
down at the
I don't
bottom,
think.
and
Maybe
that's
they
the only
did.
portion
I don't
that
know.
I think they did when the shuttle left.
It splashed down in the ocean.
And it's been a while.
The trunk
You know,
itself
it's
will
been
be
9 years
jettisoned,
since the
and
shuttle
it'll
was
burn
launched.
up upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere.
Does NASA still have their own channel?
I don't know.
Is there like an own channel thing? Like
They have their own
We
YouTube
got
channel.
a question from David Hernandez about if the Dragon,
Is the Dragon
vehicle
crew
will be visible from Earth.
It's still too bright out here.
Photographs when the ISS had passed in front of the sun while Dragon was attached, and you could actually make out on those photographs from a telescope the silhouette of the Dragon vehicle. I think right now, if you had a telescope pointed at the right direction, you might be able to see it, sort of depending on whether the sun was behind
You can
the
look it
vehicle
up and
or
actually see where
not.
the ISS is.
But definitely not visible with the naked
Where it
eye.
is right now. It might
So
be right
definitely
above
need
us.
some help from a telescope.
And your telescope would have to be set just perfectly because Crew Dragon is still moving very quickly.
So the space
right
station
now it looks like Crew Dragon and the International Space Station are flying 261 statute miles over the North Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, she
moving
just
at
said
about
it too.
17
Yeah, over the North Pacific.
miles an hour.
And it's
so
gonna be crossing over
don't wanna
maybe
miss it.
10 minutes into Canada, right above.
Oh, so it's
Kinda
supposed to
near,
land. It's supposed to land north
Vancouver.
of. Is that where it's going to land?
No, this is just where the orbit is, so it's gonna go on this one, and then
So we have
it
a
starts on
question
this one,
from
the yellow
Supermom
one.
HK
That's just the next
fan.
two orbits. This has nothing to do
Actually,
with
from
the
their 5-year-old. Why does the rocket
Dragon
need
crew.
a heat shield? And in this case, I mean, Dragon technically it does have rockets on board, although we usually refer to it as the spacecraft. But Dragon has a heat shield on
So,
board
Supermom.
to handle the
So,
intensity from re-entry.
covert
So
cabal,
as
why
Dragon
does
hits
the
Earth's
rocket need to
atmosphere,
have
we're gonna slow it down
arms
a little
on
bit,
the
but we
outside
really
of it?
use the atmospheric drag to slow down the spacecraft.
So, like,
And
what is your
as the
what,
Dragon
like? What are your
spacecraft
thoughts on
hits into that part of the Earth's atmosphere? It'll
what the
actually
fuck's going on out
compress
there?
the air
What's going on out
and
there?
form
Like,
a
besides
plasma at the base of
the
heat
cube
shield.
sets, like
That
you were
plasma
talking
is
about,
very
just
hot.
hanging out
Very, very hot
and just
from
doing
the
like a quick
Yes,
strike
and,
against the
Yeah.
satellite?
at approximately
But, like,
3,500 degrees
one of the
Fahrenheit
things I've
on
always
the
heard of
outside
is
the
like how they're
vehicle.
doing these maintenance
That's probably
satellites
not
where they actually
uncommon
have
for,
like they're
Doug
actually
and Doug Hurley, considering they both
able
live in
to
Houston.
manipulate
They're probably
stuff
used
because
to
they
pretty
need
hot
to,
temperatures
right? They need to
outside,
change
but
out,
they'll be nice and cool inside with
you know,
air
some
conditioning as
fucking
anybody
little fuse
who's-
watch battery out of
says that
a
he-
satellite somewhere, right?
Actually,
I don't know.
Or a
when we
fuse,
get to that
but
phase of
right.
mission,
But
I think
that
that's too expensive.
ground controllers here
It gets
at
to a
Is it,
point-
though? Will do a check on the
Yeah,
internal
I don't know.
temperatures,
I think it gets to
potentially
the
run
point
some
where it's
cooling
cheaper just to
because
launch
before
another
we
one.
get to that phase,
Just cube
Like if
sets.
stuff fails, yeah.
Just
Especially with
bullshit.
CubeSats, yeah.
Because you could just hide it as like trash.
So we'll actually
Yeah.
do some
Or-
pre-cooling
or,
on the cabin and some
um,
nice cool air to Bob and Doug during
Starlink.
the pretty toasty portion
You know how many
of the mission.
CubeSats are going to be up there?
Oh yeah.
Cool little
With
glimpse
Starlink?
right here.
Do you
can
think the
see
U.S.
Are
has
they
some
all
backdoor into
CubeSats?
it?
nose cone.
Yeah.
Because you could see them.
They're large.
Open until
Can you?
after the
With the,
US
with the
tomorrow.
telescope, yeah.
Yeah,
Using
that's
the
what everybody's
bulkhead
bitching because you
Right.
can't see.
It's going to mess up all the
make that
astronomy
burn.
stuff.
Right.
It'll be the longest
But,
that we
I
didn't know
see
they were
while the return
CubeSats.
home.
You could probably slap
Just
cameras
slow
on there
the
and
dragon
use
down
all
enough
those
to
too.
drop
Or
it
at
out of
least,
orbit and bring it back
communications or
into
to
Earth's
get...
atmosphere. It'll then close after that
I don't
burn,
know.
and it
They
also
could be.
serves as some
I mean, how
protection
accurate
You
is
think
your
the
iPhone
government-
camera
Re-entry.
in space?
Not
That
very
protects
good.
those,
But
navigation
if you make a good
sensors
enough
on the
one,
top of
bigger
the
than a
vehicle,
phone,
that
Or you
we
get
were getting
1,000 of them
those
together
camera views of the space station with,
and use them
we
to
also use
focus
for
all
relative
at once.
navigation,
That's possible.
when we're
Maybe.
in proximity ops with the station. All of those underneath there. And actually, just coming up in about 4 minutes from now, we'll get a brief glimpse at those forward bulkhead Dracos. They'll be used during this next departure burn number 2. Again, expected to last about 43 seconds.
I don't know
to,
why the chat
bring,
always fails.
or
You
reduce
can't
the
refresh that
perigee,
page, right?
get
No.
that
If it did, we would
lower.
probably lose connection.
Yeah, if I try to refresh
So we'll be looking
the
for that burn
chat
at
page, it'll kill the feed.
Yeah.
So
5:27 p.m. Pacific time.
we have to have our own
or
like
12:27
dedicated
a.m.
PC or
GMT. That is the time
iPad or
zone
something
the
that'll show us
astronauts
the
will
chat
use
page.
when living aboard the International Space Station. But
Oh, I thought she was saying when it's going to land. I
now
don't
that they
know.
have departed, they will begin shifting their time zone back to life on Earth and back to that of Houston, Texas, which is Central Time.
I believe in space they go off an 18-hour day. Kind of like what
What?
you guys do on
Question here
submarines, right?
from Kevin
18-hour
Shannon,
day? Oh, we
about
used to.
who the core
Not anymore.
is,
They
what
used
their
to.
role is in
I think they do that in
astronaut vehicle
space.
health. The core
Am I wrong?
is a
well,
position
Someone tell me if I'm
probably.
wrong.
Hawthorne
It
Mission
depends on the
Control,
amount of people you
very
have.
Similar to the
I think
Capcom
they actually
role
did.
at,
Maybe they did it with
Johnson Space
Apollo
Center.
or something.
Stands for crew
It
operations
just depends on
responsible
the amount of
engineer.
people you have. So if
And,
you have
really they are
if you have
responsible
2
for
people
understanding
rotating,
all
you
the
go on 12
procedures that the
hours.
crew run,
If you have 3, you
as
go
well as
on
looking
8.
out
If
for
you
the
have
crew
4,
and
you go on
providing
6.
them
If you have
updates,
5, you go on
the
4.
status of the vehicle. They synthesize information from the other mission controllers, as well as think ahead to things that the crew will need
I
to know
got
to conduct
super
their actions
lucky.
on orbit,
So when
and
we went
transfer
on the
that information
ISEX,
over the comm loops.
we
heard a bunch of
actually
that earlier.
had 6 A-gangers
I think on the Capcom side,
brought
that
on
role
board
has
at the same
traditionally been an
time.
astronaut, although that may not
The
be
3
case.
guys
It was at one
that were
time
brought on
solely
board were
astronauts
the first
who
3
held
guys
that
were
capsule
brought on
communicator
before
position.
me, and they
Nowadays, it does not
qualified
have to be. It's
6 months
always,
before
though,
me
someone who has
as
extensive knowledge of the
AOW.
vehicle,
So then they
or the
brought
space
us
station
3
or
on,
the task at hand.
and we
So,
had to qualify
at
AOW,
one-
and we
at
had
one
too
time
many
it was
people
always
qualified to
an astronaut
drive.
because they do have that experience
So
in that vehicle, but now it
my my first underway on the ISEX, I worked 6 on
got another question
30
from
off.
Bill Dillon, who asks,
because I qualified AOW with 6 other people. So we had 6 people rotating, 1 watch, because there was literally nothing else they could do, because they weren't qualified, or they didn't, or they were not allowed to do it. Like, you can't go back after and stand watch as a nuke or whatever, right?
Some of the research
so I got lucky as shit, and I stood watch 1 time every day and a half. It was the greatest thing ever. I take that back. Second greatest thing beyond, I actually qualified to cook.
Oh, yeah?
So I spent an entire underway cooking.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good to do.
I got to
good job.
So I didn't actually go to CS school, so I couldn't. They wouldn't let me touch meat. So I could only handle pre-cooked meat and whatever else they had. So I did breakfast and mid-rats. Mid-rats being the leftovers, which were already cooked, and breakfast, which was the only meat we had was sausage and bacon, which was already pre-cooked. So I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. It was great.
You can eat all the food you want.
Oh man, and I was a cook.
Yeah.
I was just hanging out, man. I got to get up, just cook food. Oh yeah, you want some eggs? Just flipping eggs. Like, oh yeah, jalapenos. I'm just like making my own fake restaurant.
That's what you should have done then. Started the restaurant.
Yeah, make my own fake restaurant. Yeah.
Like Scrappy Punk, except for food.
Yeah, man. I really want to go up there and visit.
We should,
Greg.
I think once all this stuff kind of fades away with the virus, I think it will soon.
Yeah.
Like whether a vaccine works out or whether just everyone gets it and then we all already had it and we're done with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think by this winter we should be okay. Maybe we can take some trips.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely take some trips around. Go up to I think Washington would be a good one. Go see the Undersea Museum. Go visit Greg Kursek.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Go have a podcast in this bar.
Yeah,
that'd
be cool. In person, that'll be our first in-person guest.
Yeah,
we've never had a guest in person, have we?
At 4:35 p.m. Pacific, 11:30.
I feel like we would remember that.
No, I don't think so.
No. So under an hour.
That's a part of the studio, right?
Yep.
We got a nice clean spot, nice dedicated spot to bring like legitimate, no shit guests.
We could, yeah.
Or just random people. Who cares?
Just find someone walking down the street, yeah, pull them in.
We get a lot of people that live in Texas. They can just kind of come over and hang out.
So you don't mean really random? Just like a random person walking their dog, walking by.
Well, all of our guests that we have are random people.
Just a few seconds.
I've never met.
They have something to do with the military.
Not necessarily.
No.
Well, like Ryan Barronclough with Strat Sentinel, he's not military.
No, something to do with like he's
And the
a
burn has
hobbyist or
begun. We'll be looking at
enthusiast
a
or something.
43
They're all
section burn
military type.
using a
Oh, yeah,
combination of
yeah,
surface
It's not just like
section
some dude
thrusters
working
and
construction
thrusters on
down
the
at
forward
Right.
bulkhead,
7-Eleven.
which is the area of the nose cone or the
I would hope
nose
not,
cone will be covered
but you never
and
know.
exposed.
Maybe if we get desperate for guests, we'll have to go that way. There's a 7-Eleven not too far away. We can go see if anyone's doing construction.
I mean, I'll tell you what. If you come at me and you tell me that you have some amazing, content, intelligence, whatever you want to talk about. Maybe you're just like Greg Kursek and you're just super fun to talk to and you're just funny. I'm in. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. As long as we're on subject.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Dragon copies, nominal burn.
So they still have the thing open.
Why is the thing open? Are they going to like jump out?
Hey
guys, we're coming back!
We decided to stay.
The next burn will be the top burn.
We're moving in.
They're like, fuck you! They're like, throw the birds up.
8 seconds.
Out of here.
And that will occur at 6:14 p.m. Pacific, 1:14 a.m. GMT.
1:14 GMT.
That'll be the last of those 4 depart burns, and then we'll be looking later tonight.
That's like
to
7
the
o'clock.
burn.
It's like now.
Yeah, and in between them, Bob and Doug will get some time to get a meal, and of course they'll start into their sleep preparations. They get about an hour before they actually go to sleep to get some time to
never had to wax
themselves, do whatever.
Right. Well, we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, this is just kind of. You guys can watch. You don't have to listen to us rant about nothing.
Yeah, you guys can
go hang out.
You can rant to yourself.
Hang out and rant to yourself, yeah.
And watch this live stream for the next 18 hours.
I'm telling you, get a few whiskey and cokes and you'll rant for a while.
Eric turned me on to that. That's pretty good.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
Gives you a little bit of energy, too. You know, it wakes you up.
Just enough.
Just enough, yeah.
Just enough. Social lubricant.
Exactly.
Right. The coronavirus pandemic, people being apart from each other.
Anyways,
seeing people connecting.
So we're going to cut this short.
Now more than ever.
Or long, however you want to look at it.
The astronauts have been doing for
Enjoy
a long time
this thing falling from the sky.
Slowly floating off.
Research how they are able to
and
deal
the camera has to adjust.
And it also
I know.
goes into the future of spaceflight. You know, looking at when we go out on these.
You should probably close the hatch before you.
Maybe they have to wait till they're far enough away.
Extremely long periods.
That way, if they have to abort or go back,
just keeping the
to feel.
Keeping the windows open.
Exactly.
It gets hot in there.
You could bail out the front of it and have to go.
Yeah, especially
Gravity. You saw the movie Gravity?
That Mars
no.
just the light and signal delay can create.
Like Sandra Bullock?
25-minute delay to
George
about a
Clooney?
45-minute delay, which is actually part of the reason why.
I think that's
more
Speed. No,
like Perseverance.
that's Keanu Reeves. With the bus.
No, they the space shuttle gets hit by some debris in space, and they gotta make it to the space station. They're out in their spacesuit. She finds a fire extinguisher and uses that as a propellant to propel herself to get back to the space station. And then she somehow makes it to the Chinese space station, which would be in real life impossible to do
because there's no Chinese space station.
Well, that too. That's a good point, especially when the shuttle was running. But even if there was, it wouldn't have been like 5 kilometers away from the ISS, you know. Anyway.
And so a lot of the research we're doing on the International Space Station is paving the way for how we're going to establish a more.
What is it going to be called? The Tiangong?
Surface.
No. What is their space? Taiping?
I have no idea.
They're trying to build one. They did build 2, but they were just like literally 2 pieces that came together, and that was it. And then they separated and went back down. It's not an actual space station, like a full-blown one we think of.
No idea.
I believe they're working on a modular space station like the ISS. Or Mir or something.
And
it
again,
hasn't
as
happened yet.
Previously, 41.8 second burn.
Anyway,
that will
you want to wrap it up?
Combination
yeah,
of
man.
Section and,
let's do it. Figure out what we're doing for dinner.
Service section thrusters
enjoy watching this dude fall. These dudes fall from space.
Thrusters are pointed at the correct.
There you go. So we're talking about skydiving, space diving.
Space diving.
Yeah. Think off.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about that one.
Yeah, and the chronoplane.
Yeah, we can show this.
We can roll out with the chronoplane. Last time on the water.
Yeah.
Man, what an amazing monster.
That would have been pretty incredible. Man. They had that in a video game I used to play. Real World Rogue States. If you played as the terrorist side, you can have these things. And they fucking fly. You can fly them right in. They hold a bunch of cruise missiles.
It's not like the top's not even straight anymore. Like, the whole thing is just collapsed.
That thing was so ambitious.
Oh my god! I can't believe they left the jets. Everything's on there. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the top. It's not even crooked. Oh man!
It's not even crooked.
Jeez.
Heavenly place.
Tiangong. It's actually. Right. It looks like it's sitting on a.
Heaven by 2025.
Look, it's sitting on some kind of platform. You can see it right here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not just floating?
Yeah, you'll see it when it moves away. See it?
So they're going to carry, 6 missiles? Probably anti-ship missiles. I don't know enough about this thing. Probably
Onto
6 anti-ship missiles, flying super fast, fire them at a carrier strike group, and slowly turn. How would you turn in that thing? How high would that fly off the water? Not very high, right?
10, 20 feet at most.
And then slowly have to turn while you're going 100 kilometers per hour.
They're gonna keep...
there we go. Here, can you show this real quick?
Yeah.
Show it actually flying. Yeah. There it goes. That one doesn't have the missiles on it. Or did they come out?
No, this one didn't have it. This is the original.
Oh, okay.
So you can see it has the missiles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
jets
the
up front.
jets up front.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how you would turn that thing.
You don't.
you got to go all the way around the Earth and come back.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's like a train. You know, it takes like 2 miles to turn around.
if anything goes wrong, you're dead. Right? Like if you even start to tilt one and then your wing hits the water, going that fast, you're done.
Or high sea state.
Oh,
you gotta be on a fucking.
That's right. They
flat
tested
waters,
this.
Man.
Yeah, they tested it. What was it, the Black Sea or the Caspian? I can't remember which one. But yeah, it was all flat. Well, it says Caspian right there.
Yeah.
It was all, you don't have the same waves you have out in the ocean. But all right, man.
Yeah, man. Good show.
Yeah,
good loose show. We're getting ready to move into a new studio.
Yeah,
upgrading.
the 10th or the 11th, something like that. Start getting set up and maybe have the first show in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we have...
maybe I have to do one more here.
Yeah, we have some guests already lined up. I'm going to move them to... After we move into the studio, get lined up, and then we're going to have a... Man, we're just going to fucking let loose.
All right. Just sounds good.
Filter everything out and be done with this. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, well, thanks for hanging in with us through pretty much nothing. Just bullshitting around.
Just us bullshitting. Make sure you go to our...
the Patreon, if you can. It helps us out a lot. It really does.
Yeah, it really does.
Support it.
It really sets us apart from everybody else. So make sure you guys dedicate what you can.
And should we say thanks to DC, too? DC is always helping out through the Super Chat.
Yep, and we're going to... we tried to actually go through the Patreon before we got on, and we're having some issues trying to log in because we were going to give a shout out to the we were going to give a shout out to everybody on the Patreon. So if you guys are the one of 3 patrons, we will shout you out, I promise. And anybody else who joins up, we will definitely make it worth your while. So thanks for hanging out with us, and I think that's it, man.
That's it.
All right. Enjoy your Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay.